right. Let's, look, I don't have a watch, okay? So I don't know what time it is, but I know that I'm out of it. Screw the cold open. Let's go. Music. Jeez. Okay. All right. We're in it. We're in it now. Editing, minimal effort. Work time. Hey, and peeps. Welcome back to Full Circus. My name is Tristan Sartoris. I'm all out of whack, okay? I got to preface the situation here. I am severely rushed. I don't have a lot of time, but I am, back against the wall. In front even as well. It's kind of a, right? So this whole week I've been trying to get to do the podcast, but I've been doing so many things, so many jobs, so many opportunities, and we can talk about that a little bit as we go. But I just feel out of place. You think I look warmed up, dude? I just came from working out, right? I was in the middle of benching 300 pounds with one arm. No, I'm kidding. But I did work out, and I'm flushed. I didn't shower, hence the hat. I wonder if my parents ever get annoyed that I put more effort into this little show than we go to like a family Thanksgiving or Christmas. I'm like, yeah, whatever, who cares? But for the podcast, I work on my charm. But anyways, I feel out of place. I clicked on the lights, camera, sound. We're just going. Okay, so I can breathe a little bit, I hope, I just know that I can't afford to mess up. Nothing can shut off. I just have to do it. Otherwise, I have to do the show in the middle of the night, which I don't want to do. I could do it. Would it be a little bit better for you guys? Maybe, but you know what? Forget about it. I'm not doing that. I got it now. We're going to take the shot. We don't miss an episode. We go for it when we can. So, anyways, this week has just been filled with opportunities and chores. So one of the jobs, we were cleaning out this huge, it was an all-day project, this massive house that I guess people had left. It was foreclosed. So it was all kinds of mold and disgusting garbage. And it was nice for a little bit because I was on the freaking top floor. And I just got a shovel and throwing old freaking pants and shoes and whatnot. And, it's nice to throw out other people's garbage. It is difficult, though, because I know that my family has a hoarding tendency. There were a lot of things where we saw stuff, and everybody was like, oh, but what if I could use, but maybe, hey. So it was difficult for me as well. We know that I love Halloween, and these people were festive freaks. So they had still in the box packaged Christmas and Halloween items and stuff like that. And I held them for a second. And I said, if I take this, what becomes of me? I already have Halloween decorations galore. I'm just going to be stockpiling them in June? I feel like that hoarding, that third generation hoarder just wants to rise within me. And it took a lot of self-discipline to put that down, I'll be honest. But it was a rough, I don't know if there was anything really hilarious about that, except for it smelled terrible. But I would argue that 6 guys working all day smelled even worse. So I did that, and I had Monday off, and I thought I could do the podcast here because there's a chance some things, the crappy stars might align. They're not even stars. They're just freaking, I don't know what they are. Broken airplanes. And that's what happened. That's what's happening right now. So I was doing a lot of work on this new apartment we want to get into. And doing work for my dad and helping out the dump. And now we're going back to another house to clean that out. And then immediately after that, I'm going to help my brother move. So, everything's happening at the same time. So I was sitting there. I was making hard-boiled eggs about an hour ago. I get the call. Hey, we're going to be trying to do these things before we go to do this thing. I'm like, okay, right. I didn't know there was times, but all right. Got to rise to the challenge. It is Father's Day this weekend. I need to perform, and I need to be there available for people. And that's what it's like being in a family, man. You rally behind the people who need you, whether that's your father, your cousins, or your brothers. And right now it feels like everybody. So, I wish I had. I'm excited to have this apartment and all the work that goes into it. I know to some people that's like, wouldn't you like to just go somewhere where you don't have to put a lot of work into it before you move in? No, because now people are rallying behind me. People are helping me out. For the first time in my life, I require a rally. Help for years. Brothers and everybody's like, hey, I need you to have my back here. We got this big project coming up. My back, front, against the wall, sandwich, same situation. And I'm like, okay, I'll be there for you. but I don't ever have anything going on. Like I've said before, I work in the arts, okay? So the stuff that I do is very, one-sided. It's all creative. It's all from right here. It's not sledge. And I'm like, all right, we just need a couple more hammers over here. No, it's very delicate, and it's a one-man army. So I'm happy that I can finally recruit and start using some of my store credit on these guys. So that'll be interesting, but yeah, I don't know how this is going to go. I thought about doing the podcast later, truly. But like I said, it'll be late, and I just don't know. I don't know is this the better situation to come in here stressed? You can tell that I'm not only excited fast, but there's a certain urgency in my voice, feeling like if I slip up, something goes wrong, if I say the wrong thing, I burp, I fart, whatever happens, and I got to snip. No, I can't. I have to be on my game, but not only do I have to be flawless, I was just making eggs and working out. I wasn't prepared for this. I was sitting there and I was thinking, you know what? I'm going to work out. I'll probably take a couple hours after that, shower, get cleaned up. I'm going to have a nice, smooth workout. Be careful because I'm kind of in pain. No, pressure was on. I threw the eggs down, okay? Ran in and I'm benching them, curling, I'm doing things. Shoulders kind of tweaked. I'm like, all right, gotta go faster. Didn't even really finish. I have 2 more sets I have to do. That's what I'll do in the middle of the night. So I ran down here, face is flushed, brush my teeth. I'm putting on the hat that I'm glad I could use, but there's a lot. So, my heart is still pumping. My brain still thinks like, dude, are we not about to do some more pull-ups here? What's going on? And immediately you're just shoved. It's like the cane went around my neck and pulled me on stage. Imagine you're just in the most stressful time of your life and you're panicked and you're going fast and you're working out, right? And you're already in a rush. But then you remember that you have to go do a spot on Johnny Carson and they just whisk you away. Think about it. Think about when you get stressed. That's where we're at right now. So I'm doing what I can, man, and hopefully we can ease a little bit. I don't know. I think the most interesting part about this is that I'm hoping that now the clock has started, I can kind of calm down, but I don't know. All right, let's breathe. Let's breathe for a second. What is going on, man? So like I said, going to help. I'm rallying some more, right? So I'm rallying to clean up the thing, and we're going to move my brother's stuff. He lives on the 3rd floor currently. That's going to be exciting. It's going to be a lot of pivoting,
Hey, it's 9 hours later after the podcast was recorded, and it was just as bad as I thought. I'm sore.
Dude, I don't like helping people move. Let's be honest. And that's okay to say. I think a lot of times, even if you do something, I've said this before, you should be allowed to complain at the very least. It's not like I'm like, oh my gosh, this sucks. Why would you make me do this? I'm not doing it to your face. I would prefer people complain behind the backs of others. I think that's fair, and I think that's polite. And honestly, I think the idea of talking at all behind someone's back is a little bit more respectful. I know some people require and hope to hear that face-to-face because they don't want some kind of secrets and they don't want to have a facade and be like, why are you doing this? But it's not that, like, I'm trying to go around you. I'm being respectful towards your feelings. So if anything, look, I don't think you should be mean to anybody. But if you're going to do it, why not do it behind someone's back? Like, show some respect, okay? They don't got to worry about that. Eyes forward. Who cares? So, yeah, I love to complain about people behind their back. But it's not like an issue. It's just like, I'm going to be lifting things for hours for no pay. It's just a rally. It's just a rally. And I wouldn't mind if people complained and said, oh my gosh, we got to help Tristan out with his apartment, doing all this stuff for rallying behind Tristan. I expect that. What matters are the actions, okay? Actions speak louder than words. Where did that go? All of a sudden I speak bad about someone behind their back and my actions don't matter no more. Come on. So, yeah, I recommend trying that out just a little bit. What else is going on with I don't think there's anything more exciting about moving. There's only so much you can say about moving furniture. It's just like, all right, you know what it's like. Is it fun? No. Is it exciting? No. Is it heavy? Is it boring? Yes. Okay. We got it. You got the gist. So speaking of things that have happened, I watched a movie, okay? It was called Flamin Hot, and I saw it. It was on Hulu. And I originally thought it was a documentary. It just came out. And I thought, Flamin' Hot Cheetos, a silly, stupid documentary. I put it on. I don't like documentaries in the first place. I think they're kind of boring. Everything's stretched out and it takes way too long. It's like 2-hour freaking historical document in this picture. I can get the whole summary and reading a paragraph. 30 seconds, boom, figure it out. I watched a documentary that Free Solo about the guy who wants to climb this huge mountain with no gear, and he's going back and forth about the stress and how I'm going to do it. And yeah, it's cool to see it, but I would, for 2 hours, I'd much rather go, hey, yep, looks like he was pretty stressed out about it, but he did it. Okay, cool. Boom. I'm done. I feel like it's just they're maximizing the watch time. It feels like those Facebook videos where they just go, oh my gosh, this new cake baking trick will blow your mind. Watch to the end to find out. It's like, it's 30 minutes. You show me the whole cake. Cut it up a little bit. Trim the fat. So, yeah, I'm not into documentaries in the first place, but Flamin' Hot Cheetos, I will admit, caught my attention. So I put it on. It wasn't a documentary. It was what do they call those, biopics? I don't know. I don't know what you want to call them. It was a story about something else. Call it what it was. But it was Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and it was the story about the guy who came up with the flavor. And oh my gosh, what was his name? Richard Montañez, I think. Joe Montana?
I said Joe Montana.
Yeah, so basically, it's just this stupid movie. And I put it on as a joke. But about an hour and a half through it, my eyes are watering. Okay, we get to the end of the movie and, spoiler alert. So I spoil a lot of things, but I don't want to actually have to ruin this movie for you because it's that good. This guy, he starts out as a janitor. He's like, I feel like I'm nothing, man. This isn't racist because this is empowering. I don't think you should be offensive if you're doing an accent or whatever, unless you're mocking the person. But this guy was awesome, and he was passionate about it. He said, I feel like I'm nothing, and I'm going through life, and I want to make something of myself. And then they find God, and they're praying, they put to the candle, so he takes the shot. He goes there, and he doesn't have the resume, he doesn't have the education, but he makes it in there. And he's working as a janitor. Everyone else is just kind of going about their day, and the whole place is kind of discriminatory towards Mexicans. So he's really, he's focusing in and zoning in. You just feel for the guy. And then not only is he just working, but he's learning from the people in the higher up. Everyone's like, let's just do your job, minimum wage, okay? Forget about it, whatever. He's learning. And then he comes out with this flavor, and they rally, and it's like the embodiment of their Mexican pride. And what do they call it? The corn, the peppercorn, whatever. It's spicy, right? And that was kind of their ideas. They put it together. It's with his kids. It's family. It was a tearjerker, man. He gets to the end. They put his thing on, and he calls his wife, and he's like, hey, we're going to need a lot more ties, because they couldn't even tie the tie to go buy it. And their families, they fall down and they're crying. I'm getting a little emotional right now, dude. I was so happy for this guy, all right? Now, I don't know if the job, the object of this film was to make you want to go and buy hot Cheetos, but gosh dang it, did I not go out there and get 3 bags? This was supposed to just be a tale of their Mexican heritage and making something from nothing, and it was beautiful, man. But not only that, but I was like, I love this guy so much, I gotta go out and support. If he's gonna be making money off these hot Cheetos, I gotta go get it. I gotta go. He's a billionaire or whatever, but I still felt the need. It was that powerful, man. I never thought that I would sit there and on a Monday afternoon be on the verge of tears crying about Flamin' Hot Cheetos, man. Although when you eat them, maybe your eyes will be watering a little bit more. So very passionate stuff, dude. I'm not always bewildered by movies. I only come out here usually to make fun of films, but very rarely do I come on here and say, you got to go see this, man. I see Avatar 2, freaking top 5 grossing movie of all time. Yeah, doesn't matter. I see any Avengers movie. Yeah, whatever it is. I see this, I see that. Doesn't matter. But the Flamin' Hot Cheetos biopic is a must watch, okay? So take that from me. I was watching it with my brother, and look, I only like to eat things while I watch stuff. This was probably the first movie in my whole life that I've sat there like, I don't need a snack. I'm just in tune, right? It's funny. It's wholesome. There's integrity. There's faith. There's family. Oh my gosh! I never thought I'd be raving about a story about a snack, but gosh dang it. So Yeah, anyways, that happened, man. And I don't know. I'm hoping there's a sequel. Maybe the guy comes out with a new flavor somehow, or maybe there's another culture or heritage that wants to come up with another Cheeto flavor, and we can look forward to that. I don't know. Is there an Italian kind of, spaghetti marinara Cheeto? Frickin' get on that. Yeah, so anyways, on top of that, my father, this is groundbreaking news. My father has suddenly become lactose intolerant. And, it's kind of a crazy thought that you can just get hit with the disease once you hit your 50s, and make no mistake, this is a disease that you cannot drink the sweetness of milk, the succulentness of ice cream and cheese. I love dairy, man. So it's kind of a bummer. I know he's bummed out, so keep him in your prayers, dude. Which sucks because that Flamin Hot Cheetos thing just came out, and what helps more than a spicy snack than some milk? My dad's just gonna be left there, just Barty ball in his eyes because it's so beautiful. But then he's like, "Oh, hot, 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 hot." What do you give him? Nothing. You can't even quench your suffering. So, yeah, it's scary, man. I have a fear, a deep-rooted fear now, that one day I'll wake up and be like, is it in my genes that I'm just going to lose a snack? What if I just wake up one day and I have pizza? I'm like, that's no good. I can't do that anymore. Oh, chills. Flamin' Hot Cheetos. What if, it's scary. My dad loves milk more than people, dude. And now all of a sudden he can't have it? That's a messed up world. I guess it's even more messed up is, dude, I just got in trouble for not stocking the milk. So, I mean, maybe there's some sort of karma. I don't know. I got in trouble pretty bad. I didn't know I was supposed to stock the milk, but, maybe there was something there. But I feel bad, and, I'll have to drink twice as much milk in his honor, I suppose. What else is going on, dude? I recently, dude, I want to box. I want to box, and I want to do jiu-jitsu, and I want to do martial, not like fighting in competitive tournaments, but I get swept up in these highlight videos, and you watch these people like, dude, wouldn't I love to just freaking, right? But as we know, when I tried to take that jiu-jitsu class, the one, that's $250 a month. Most people are canceling their Netflix subscription because they're adding on like a $3 fee for sharing. $3, $250 to learn how to defend yourself. I don't have the change, dude. I'll get robbed. If I get robbed at gunpoint, he takes $100. Like, yeah, it's a lot cheaper than $250. Okay, I can't fight the guy off, but you know what? I actually saved money in the long run. What's the point? You're robbing me. You're robbing me so I can learn how to defend myself from robbers. The real villain, are these people who are acting like they're trying to help me by teaching me skills. So, I don't know. I get swept up. It just seems cool, dude. It seems cool. But those competitions are interesting. I'm a pretty easygoing guy, though. I don't know if I could really be like one of those top things, where people get mad and they hate each other. And I was thinking about this. Skip the details and the plots, and these are some of my interesting thoughts. Fighters, right, before this big event, they're hyping it up. They're doing all the interviews. It's very chaotic and angry and filled with testosterone, and it's just a mad dog place to be. They're talking about each other's moms and insulting them, and it's very intense, right? There's a lot of tension. And I was watching a boxing match, and you'll notice, dude, that about, 3 minutes into it, of this intense fighting, there's a lot of clinching, okay? If you don't watch boxing at all, a clinch is basically when you get real close. It's basically like a hug. And I was thinking about this, dude, that if I had hate for somebody, the last thing I want to do is be this close that I could smell the sweat off them. I don't want to be this close. No, dude, I don't want to be like that. But here's the kicker. They don't have a choice because they're so worn down. So what I was thinking, dude, is that cardio technically eradicates all hatred, all beef, all tension. So I was thinking, outside of boxing, dude, how do you implement cardio into another situation? Let's say you're having family disputes. We just hop on the jump rope and we're just doing that together. You know what? It's really not that big of a deal, man. I could see it was a bit of a misunderstanding where you were coming from, and, I just appreciate if we could make this thing work together because we're worn out, right? No one can survive. The thing about cardio is it breaks down. If someone with this much hate for the other party, they get destroyed just because their heart's racing because it's so intense, man. So I don't know. Start implementing that. Start using that. I think, what if you added cardio into politics? Would that not? I think I might have just cracked world peace. If we gathered all the parties and all the systems and everybody who's so dead set in their ways, and we line them up and they start doing hill sprints, how fast before everything shuts down and we start shaking hands and saying, I understand where you're coming from. This cardio is the worst cardio. This exercise it's not going to be the greatest exercise, but I think that with compromise, we could make it happen. And Trump's there, and he's like, you know what? I don't care. Is someone with that much ego, like these boxers with the hate, they put it down. Of course, Trump would be beaten too. And you have Barack. Well, we're going to have more compromise in North America. That's my best Obama. Or not even just in our country, dude. Let's start world peace. We have the whole freaking. I don't have any impressions for other world leaders, but you just imagine all of a sudden, we're just doing hill sprints. What? 1, 2? Because they're all 60 plus. You're gassed immediately. Oh. Why? Why is this not happening? I don't know, man. I think a lot of my ideas are just wasted in the panic of the moment. But holy crap, I might be onto something. So, look out for that, guys. I think we start putting the the political leaders in the Olympics, right? There's just respect among tired individuals. That's just the way that it is. You ever see people who they get in a fight and then afterwards like, you know what, game, recognize this game, man. I respect anyone who got in the ring with me and doing this thing. You know what? I respect the man. I didn't think you'd do it. Beef is squashed. And I don't even think it's from the fighting. It's the cardio that does it. So, take a walk, go for a jog, do some sprints, jump rope. I don't know what you want to do, but hop on the rowing machine, okay? Just do some stuff. So this is the test. This is the challenge for everybody this week. Find your least liked person in your life and invite them out for a run. And I guarantee you won't be disagreeing for much longer if you're wheezing, I just don't agree with your. It's not really not that bad. I think your morals are fine. Can we just shut up and get this through? Is that not how it goes? How about that? Boom, dude. I don't know why I'm so smart, okay? I don't know where it comes from, but it's here to stay, all right? You know what? This is something I've been thinking about as well. I'm going to offer my psychological wit going forward to any of you, okay? I would like to test my prowess as a psychological student of psychology. I only took one class. But with all my inner workings, if you would like to submit stuff, whether on any social media or at, I don't have an email, fullcircuspodcast@gmail.com. Send anything anonymously with your name attached, whatever. Let's send me some stuff, and I'm going to keep on bringing this up. This is going to be a new segment. It's going to be called Ignorance is Bliss. No, it's going to be called... I don't know what's a good name. We're going to secrets from what's a good S? Sociopath. Nope, that's not cool. I want it to compliment me, and psychologically that's because I'm a little narcissistic. But see, look at that, already working. So yeah, I want to offer my expertise, and if you want information from an idiot, boom, we'll workshop it, but send it in. I'll talk it out and we'll figure something good. I'll come up with some solutions, maybe silly, maybe not. But you know what? If I can solve world peace, you better believe I can solve the drama with the fact that your husband just keeps on wearing his shoes in the house. Okay? So I'm putting that out there. Send it, find me, contact, and I'm going to keep on bringing this up for every show until we keep getting an influx of stories. Give me the preface. Tell me the characters. We'll break it down, and I'll give you something that you can take back to the drawing board. And it could be great. It could be terrible. But you know what? At the very least, we'll know for sure. What will we know? Give it time. So, I think that's all. I don't have a watch, dude. Let me check. I think that's all I really have to talk about. What is this? Okay, never mind. I realized that I don't really have notes. That's like probably the worst case scenario you can be in. It's like you're going into a test, which has happened, dude. I went in one time for an architecture exam, and I thought I had my notes because they let you. It was an open book exam, so you had all these freaking definitions, and this is Franklin Wright, and this was built in 1835, this was built in Ohio, and this is the Gherkin. You know, I have all these freaking things and names and dates and whatever, and it was a midterm exam, and everyone opened their book. This one guy, he's like, dude, are you cheating? I was like, cheating? I don't have, oh my gosh. I realized I didn't have anything. Looked over at the guy, pen markings all the way up his arm. He's freaking, dude, I got it covered. I was like, no offense, dude, but I'll rather take my shot instead of like, hey, can you pass me your forearm real quick? I need to see what the date is on there. Okay, can I see your funny bone? What? So that's kind of how I feel right now, dude. I look at my notes, I'm like, all right, what do we have? Oh, okay, well, I don't know my architecture, but you know what? I do know problems. I do know people. So right into the show. I love you guys. I have to go. I don't know. I'm going to start wearing a watch. This is the time. No pun intended. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I love you. I'll see you in the next episode. Hope this was all right. And I'll try and get out in front of life on the next one. Okay, so if life is going to pack my week up with a bunch of crappy stars aligning, I'll do a podcast on Sunday or Monday. I'll do one back to back, whatever I got to do. So this was really a user error. This was on my part. And you know what? A real psychological professor could admit that. Because it takes a big man to admit that and an even bigger idiot to offer my help to you guys. All right, thanks so much. I'll see you in the next.